Was there ever a demo for Rude, or was the recorded version what we hear as the big single?
No, there was actually two demos. I produced them up actually. I did it, and then Adam took it, and then he came up with a brand new version, just kind of like inspired by that. Yeah, there's two versions of Rude, which just has really it just has the hook intact, and the verses were completely different. And the rhythmic feel was completely different. It was kind of like a hemiola thing. It was like it's like here's the tempo. It was like doing this dun 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 dun. It was almost like, in house music or in like some EDM where you have like a constant pulse and then you have this dun 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 against it, like a I don't know what that. I think it's called a hemiola. That was sort of the vibe of the song, and then the chorus came in. And it was like, "Why you gotta be so right?" I was like, so totally different. And even that part was slightly different too, mind you. It wasn't exactly so. But then they roll with it, and they came up with this brand new version. I had nothing to do with. I just wrote the "Why you gotta be so rude" part. I had nothing to do with the story. So good on them, Adam and Nasri, for getting in the booth and hashing out that whole asking a father for the permission to marry the daughter and him saying no and still pushing forward with it anyway. It's not autobiographical at all. It's just a fictional story. Yeah, and it's actually messed with my head a little bit over the years in terms of a couple things. One thing being defined by one singular piece of music. And I appreciate you. You asked me about so many different things in this interview here, but I've done a lot of interviews, and usually it's just like, yeah, you the guy who did the song "Rude." So my crowning achievement in life is the guy who goes spum 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 bum spum bum 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 spum. At the end, I'm just like, okay, like I'm so proud of that, and I don't want to bury that at all because, like, man, like I'm so lucky. The gratitude I feel but it's also just I kind of feel like it's connected to like the one hit wonder syndrome where you're just defined by this singular composition, and like that's you'll never get it again. But still, we're so lucky to have it. People resonated with that song. Another thing is, I often hear when artists get interviewed and songwriters, just like you have to make sure that your music is authentic. Make sure it's coming from an authentic place and that it's real and authentic. And that couldn't be further from the truth about this song. The song is not authentic at all. It's based on a fictional lyrical perspective. It got reproduced three times. It's just so different. That's why it's interesting because people's ideas, including my own, mind you, anyone who's watching this,
Hmm.
got to take everything with a grain of salt because there's really no maxims or ultimate truths for any of this. It's just kind of, you throw some paint on the wall and see what sticks kind of thing.